Hello, I am Amber Wright. I help women become financially stable and spiritually grounded. And I am here today to talk about what I learned about avoiding tragedy, which is a very, very deep topic. And essentially, you can't avoid a tragedy. It's potentially going to happen at any time, unexpectedly, and we're never going to know that it's coming. And personally, relying on intuition is a very nice path to have, a trust in God, a trust in Great Spirit of everything, that we're going to be okay. You know, tragedy or no tragedy, there's a light here within us. We're souls and bodies, right? But I have a very personal story I'd like to share about tragedy and how we don't know. I had been in a relationship with somebody for 10 years and separated in August. And it was very hard to do. I had wanted to separate for a while and was hurting inside and was scared to step out and to change. Taking that leap of faith is so hard sometimes. And sometimes we need a little push, right? We're gonna be like, I gotta change, I gotta leave and do something better, or else I can tell that the road's gonna get really tough. So I made the change and jumped out and said, I can't do this anymore, I'm leaving. And it was a roller coaster ride for months. Not for 4 months, for about 3 months. But one thing led to another, and my ex went back. He flew back to the state that we were living in, Alaska, and got in a head-on collision. Almost died. I think it's possible that he did die for a little while and came back, but I don't know the full story, and that's my own personal suspicion. But still, it's a miracle that he's still here, and it's also a tragedy because never going to be the same as before. Memory, head injury, always going to be living with this. Body aches, metal in the body, limps, confusion, sometimes feeling pretty good and sometimes not knowing what's going on. And if you've ever known anybody that's had a head injury, they struggle with it. They may look normal and they may act normal, but they try harder than most people just to act like they're okay. So I know this, I have a couple. Well, I know 2 people now pretty good that have had head injuries, and lots of sympathy for them both. So the moral of the story with tragedy is that we cannot avoid it. It could happen. We don't know how long we have here. And this is a very deep subject, but it's something we need to talk about because honestly, it has kept me up at night way too many nights, laying up in bed 11:30, 1:30, you know, just laying there in the dark looking, wondering what's going to happen if something happens. What's going to happen to my kids if something happens to me? And if you have kids and if you're a woman and you're laying up worrying about this, there's actually something that brought me a tremendous amount of relief. I protected myself, and there are papers to fill out who's going to watch your kid if something happens to you. And living will, right? Living will and trust. There's a power of attorney to take over your assets. There are, so what happens if if an accident happens and you're incapacitated? Who is going to make the decision? Are you going to stay on life support? Are you going to, would you want to stay on life support for months with the possibility that you would wake up? Or would you want them to turn it off and just, peace be with you? That is a deep decision. And if you have somebody that you trust to make that decision when you're in that place, it's good to talk to them about it. And it's also good to sign over the necessary documents so that they know and that you know. And really, what it boils down to is going in peace.